Yo, Crypto Nation and mining family, what's going on out there? What up, what up, what up? All you happy hashers out there. I see we got Jason the Tiger Osborne into his house, dropping those FAs. We got Sadie coming in here with the FAs too. Yo, because you guys are rated F for frickin' awesome. Yeah, that's right, that's right. So I hope everybody's having a great day. It's almost the end of the week. Almost get to enjoy the weekend, guys, and work on things for yourself if you have the ability to. Of course, she's going to ask me to do stuff right as I start live streaming. It'll have to happen afterwards. She is now absolutely too late for that. Too late. So she wanted me to pull some stuff out of the fridge, so it'll have to happen after I get done with the live stream. It's warm enough in the house. It'll be room temperature by the time she gets home, no matter what. Oh God, it is a warm one today. Air quality sucks because of the fires in Canada. So, oh yeah, my sinuses have been loving it, absolutely loving it. So, as you guys are sliding on in, certainly smash that lizardy like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. When will we see Cooking with Nemesis? There's things in the pipeline. It won't happen on this channel. I'm just gonna say that. There are things in the pipeline that might happen that will, how can I put it? It will allow me to have that on another channel. So me and the wife are thinking about starting up a little YouTube channel. I'm not going to announce it quite yet publicly. The wife needs to do some stuff, and as soon as we're ready for that, it will be Cooking with Mrs. Nemesis. How's that? She's the cooker. I'm not that I can't cook and I can't feed myself. I'm just saying she's the one that cooks. I have no problem cleaning, but she cooks. She cooks, I clean. It's fine. But yeah, so. But yeah, that'll be for a different channel for sure, for sure. And whenever that happens, I might even separate the homestead videos from this channel and push everything over onto the other channel, and then kind of run two different channels. So just kind of being the lookout for it. You know that that's pretty much how it's going to roll out. I'll have a whole homesteading channel set up off to the side. And if you guys want to follow me on that journey, I'd be most appreciated. But not going to announce it quite yet, but we're going to get there. A V8 has 8 cylinders. You can get them with injected or... Oop, wrong stream again. I know, right? So yeah, we will be doing. I will try to push out some like hot rod content in the morning. Whenever I've got something to do that's like engine related, I'll flip the camera on. It ain't no thing. Ain't no thing. Anytime I got to do anything manly out in the garage, I can flip the camera on. And that'll suffice the name Crypto and Hot Rods. So kind of going back to the roots here. That was a super stream yesterday. Heck yeah, Root. Thank you. If you guys didn't catch that, I was doing front brake hoses and repacking bearings on my 74 Chevelle the other morning. It was awesome. I love doing that. That's the kind of stuff I love doing. It's like you're just sitting in there in your Zen mode. Nothing. Never says you shouldn't try cooking an egg on an ASIC like Panda. I know that was funny. You know, that's and today was by the way too. I know today's stream was pretty cool too. I was sitting there tuning my tuned my carburetor, set engine speed on it, set the idle mix screws on there, redid the distributor a little bit to put it back into where I like it in timing. I usually keep that car right around like 10 to 12 degrees of advanced timing on it. It seems to be the real happy spot on that motor. And making sure that I've got enough engine RPM speed also. And life is good. That engine will absolutely love the idea that it's just getting treated so nicely. FA Streams, thank you, Sadie. Thank you. So, without any further ado, let's get into today's topics. As we're waiting for all you awesome people to slide on in, also here, we'll be sitting here kind of going over the markets. What's the markets doing? Still kind of trading out sideways for the most part. U.S. dollar strength is increasing just a little bit here. Russell 2000 still going up. Not doing bad at all. Not doing bad at all. What's that sweet busy Bitcoin doing? Well, we got a lower high and a lower low. It really just looks like we're trading out sideways for a little bit here. I still say that we're going to roll over. It's just the way it feels. I don't think we're ready to pop yet. Not enough going on in the markets. There's a lot of selling pressure at these levels. Like I keep forewarning people, there are a lot of people that got into Bitcoin right around these levels, 30 to 35,000. There is a lot of people that are waiting to get out of Bitcoin right now. They're like, oh my God, I've almost got my money back. Keep going. And as soon as it hits that number, they're putting in a sell order. And they're getting out, the lettuce hands. And they're going to be selling it to institutions and us. Because I don't know about you, man, but I dollar cost average. Weekly, monthly, daily, whatever your shtick is. I'm not telling you what to do, but it's what I do. I do weekly DCAs, and it's amazing. And but I mean, otherwise, I really think that we are setting up to roll over. I think that this is just a retail pump, and retail's going to pump and dump because people are going to want to try to take profits. We haven't heard those words really uttered too often in the last year as profits. Everybody's taken a bloodbath. Think about those poor schlubs that bought it at the all-time high it's over $60,000. Man, those people are eternal hodlers. It makes no sense to sell right now. Makes absolute sense for those people to keep on hodling. They're going to understand what it's like to persevere, of everybody calling you crazy. And you just held. And then it went past it, and you've doubled the value of your Bitcoin because the value of your currency is garbage, and you look like a genius. Just saying, that's kind of how I think it's going to roll out here, because we're basically looking at the precipice of just endless money printing here in the United States, de-dollarization, and we screwed. It's why we mine, right, guys? Yo, I'm just saying, this is why I mine. But let's get on to what the title is. I don't know about you guys. Have you guys even been looking at the 4060 we're not even talking about the TI variant. We're just talking about the 4060, and it's like we screwed. Woohoo! Yeah, we see we might not be screwed because of the fact that we found the Bitcoin lifeboat, and as long as we get on that Bitcoin lifeboat, we have a chance. Then step 2, start growing your own food. Just saying. Supply chain issues, you might want to be a little self-sufficient. And if you can't because you're in an apartment in the inner city, I totally get it. Totally get it. A window with some light, you can grow microgreens. They're great. And if you ain't got a window, well, buy a grow lamp. A singular grow bulb, LED grow bulb, and you're good to go still. Just saying. Yep, get some LED grow bulbs. Or you can get your sodium phosphate bulbs and do it the old school way with some sodium bulbs. It's like LED or HPS. Not sure what that is. But moving right along, the 4060 without the TI flavor has been released, and it is an absolute flop. A key takeaway from the launch of the 4060 non-TI, does not use the same GPU as the 4060 Ti. Released a month prior. The new graphics card is powered by the 8107-400 graphics processor, which it has only seen in its mobile launch so far. So here we have the 4060 being launched out. It's a lower performing card than the 3060. Let's put it out there like this, guys. The 3060 is a far better GPU. The bit rate, the memory bus is bigger. It doesn't matter how much memory that they're giving you. They're still giving you 8 gigabytes of GDDR6. Cool. The boost, the core frequency is less. They're thinking that you, as a consumer, it would be foolish enough to buy this GPU based on software only. Because this is a 1080p card. This is not a 4K card. This is a 1080p card that's performing less than the previous generation. This is not a good launch on NVIDIA's part, because they're figuring that the DLSS Gen 3 on here is going to be enough to make up the difference. And it doesn't. Because the core counts, the CUDA cores aren't there like it was on the 3060. The memory bus is slower on the 4060. 128-bit bus width on this? It's like, I'm sorry, I'd rather, if that was my choice between that and AMD or Intel, if I couldn't find an AMD, I'd buy an Intel before buying this 4060 monstrosity. I'm just saying. I mean, it's just, the speed on this card is just lackluster. And this is the first time in a while where they've launched a card less than the previous generation. They cut a bunch of stuff off of this GPU and then think that you're going to buy it at a just slightly less than the previous generation. They just made a case to buy the older generation. They made a case to buy AMD with this one. If you only had, $350 to spend on a GPU, I wouldn't be buying it on this one. I don't even care if it's for mining or not. bit, but the bus width is like it was in 2018. Exactly. So they like kneecapped this GPU in every which way, shape, or form, and think that they're going to make up for all of that through software alone. And it has come out between, Gamers Nexus came out with everybody that's been touching this. So Linus, Gamers Nexus, Jay's 2 cents, everyone is dogging on this GPU. This is a monstrosity, an absolute monstrosity. So this will be the GPU that nobody wants. And then who wants to sit there and put a bingo card up on these will be the next mining card? Who wants to bet against that one? These 4060s will be turned into mining cards. $50 over. It's like oh yeah, Sadie, I agree with that one. I see no value in the 40 series. They're playing with the software now, and they've re-architected the RTX and how it's doing the rendering. So right now, the 40 series is in essence a first generation card, where the 20 series was a first generation card because that was the first time they tried ray tracing. Cool. I was okay with that card being a dog because they were testing out new tech. So I can give innovation a pass. 30 series, they seem to get it going the right way. They're like, hey, look, we got this under control. We're doing good. 40 series, they sit there and redesign how they're doing the ray tracing and how they're rendering all the pixels, which basically turned the RTX back into a first-gen processor. And now we're dealing with a bunch of issues that they were probably having with the card as they cut it down. Maybe the 50 series will save the day for them. Maybe. We'll see. I think that they're trying to get the ray tracing. They're trying to force it by any means necessary. And I'm not sure if they need to scrap what they just did and go back to what they were using, because the 30 series seemed to just, it worked. The ray tracing worked as intended. Now they screwed it all up. Now the card is like severely kneecapped. Even the 4090s is like kind of a little lackluster for the performance that you're trying to pay for. Again, they're trying to correct everything in software. Not sure if that's the right way to go. Here we got the 4060, and it's more of the same thing of where they've got to completely kneecap the card, and they still want top dollar for it. They want you to pay $350 for a $180 to $250 card. This should be the budget card of budget cards, in my opinion. And it won't mine as good as the 3060. You're limited on the bus width. And if you're limiting the bus width, which means that you're limiting the memory frequency, and if you're limiting the memory frequency, think of an engine and transmission, guys. You have linear torque curves, and you need to make your torque curves match up. When you match up your torque curves, you hit that little sweet zone of what they call stability. So that's what you're looking for in the cards, where the memory frequency has to hit a certain point for you to allow you to have the core come up a little bit higher on the core clock. Just saying, this thing is like a hot dumpster fire at this point. Oh, damn. Your architect buddy got a 4090, in which you would think, hey, I'm going to get the 4090. It's the new stuff. It's going to work with my programs better. And if your whole career is on the computer, you want to make sure you got the best hardware to be able to do your job. And I freaking get it. And then you get snookered into getting a 4090 and have issues. That sucks. That really sucks. So, yeah, I think that the 40 series has some hidden problems that they're trying to mask with software. And every so often, we see the issue arising, right? And that's the last thing we want to really see. But, unfortunately, us as the consumers, we're the ones that are going to sit there and field test this thing through conditions that NVIDIA's never tested for. Don't forget to drink and stay hydrated. You know it, my man. It is warm. You don't see. I don't have central air, guys. Usually I'd have a AC unit in that window, and I just have the window open. Yeah, yeah. So it's a warm one today. I got fans pulling air right through the house, so it's not like it's stale. It's just humid. It's all get out. I wish it would just rain. Intel Arc is making a comeback. I know. I'm really interested in what Intel Arc is doing with their GPUs. I'm kind of would like to see them come out with the Battle Mage series, and see what that has to offer. So I've got a Arc A380. So I would love to get the B series though. Oh my god, if this is what I can get performance wise off of this card, I know there's more performance on the table. Let's get at it. And you want to know how bad it is about? It's like, you guys know, in Japan and China, people are very adamant about their computers and stuff like that. Even in Japan, the 4060 series is a tough sell in Japan. One person waiting in line to get one. I'm not sure if anybody I know would actually like stand in line outside of a Micro Center or a Best Buy to try to get their hands on the 4060 or the 4060 Ti launch. There's no value proposition in this. NVIDIA thinks you're so stupid. They think the world thinks that the NVIDIA thinks that we're so stupid that we will buy whatever they dangle in front of our faces because we told them that it's new and it's in a shiny box. And I hope that this shows them that they need to lay off of that ideology and produce good value. I'm just saying, we need good value. That's all we need. Like, oh, the Mining King has a new video about it. Should look at it. I will do, my man. Oh, hold on. I'm going to give somebody a hard time because they should be watching my live stream right now. Let's see here. So I just gave him a hard time. They should be watching this. But he's been busy. I'll give him that. I'll give him a little break on that. Little break. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Oh, damn. Yeah. That goes Burr. 100%. Yep. Yeah. Soon everybody will have staycations and they'll be happy. But at least you got something cool for them. I'm just saying. It's awesome. But yeah, it really doesn't look like anybody's really all hyped up about the 40 series. AMD went through their little bad launch on their end with their 7900 XT and the XTX lineups, with them overheating and stuff like that. But it seems like they were able to correct whatever the problems were on those. Not really sure exactly what all went on with that one. Was it that there wasn't enough water in those particular units, or what was going on? Not sure. What up, DJ? What up? So, yeah, I mean, like, I don't think that a lot of people were, it's like they're kind of hesitant on buying GPUs right at this particular juncture with both big manufacturers having an issue. And here we got Intel quietly making a GPU that had a kind of a lackluster launch, but not because it was a bad card, but their software wasn't all up to snuff yet. And as they corrected their software, everything started working better. Is it perfect? Oh, hell no. They've still got a lot of ways to go on it, but it is far better than it was when they first launched it, which is awesome. They definitely pulled an AMD move on that one. So, like, it's the price more than anything for you, and it doesn't make sense to buy new. I don't see the performance for the cost. Exactly. I'll go on eBay and grab me even a lightly mined on card off of eBay for super cheap. As long as the fans work, we're good to go. I'll rethermal paste that bad boy as soon as I get it. That's usually what I got. What I was doing before. It's like, you still like your 3090 in your PC. Doesn't get very hot. Oh, don't mine on it. If you mine on it, those suckers get hot. Like, you can't touch the back of the card hot. That will be second degree burns if you lay your hand out on the back of that card while it's mining. I can attest to you that right now you're talking at least 150 degree back plate temperature. They don't know it yet. Looking forward to telling them. Like, you're running nodes. Yeah, nice. So, yeah, I've just been recommending people. I really look at the 40 series as the 20 series and yawn and move on. Right now, it looks like with AMD dropping their prices, AMD and Intel are a very good viable choice for a good GPU that for good performance to price value. That would be me. I would not be going after, if I was buying new, you know what I'm saying? It'd be AMD or Intel. If I was getting used, then, 30 series, any used 30 series would be an amazing buy probably at this point, since, mining is down. Usually the price of GPUs go down with it. So there is that. Here we go. And we've already got in the wild GDDR7 memory from Micron within a year. My thoughts is we might be seeing that on the 50 series and the 8000 series from AMD. Just saying. Been watching these used 3080s come down in price again. Oh yeah, I bet. And here we are. We're going to be looking at the new GDDR7 modules on here. That would be freaking outstanding. GDDR6 memory is currently shipping with speeds up to 20 gigabytes per second. And while the Micron GDDR6X gets 22.4 gigabytes per second. Samsung have already announced their plans to introduce the 36 gigabytes per second GDDR7 memory in the future. Unfortunately, unlike Micron, Samsung did not confirm whether GDDR7 memory would become available. A potential graphics card equipped with a 384-bit bus would offer 1.7 terabytes of maximum theoretical bandwidth, so 70% more than the 4090. Gamers should probably not expect such speed with the first generation G7 products. In fact, higher bandwidth may result as in narrow memory bus being used by the next generation GPUs. As long as it has higher bandwidth, it's still provided. So if they start launching this on the 50 series, it may be a lackluster 50 series, guys. It may be a lackluster 8000 series from AMD. Potential, Patrick. PCIe Gen 5, potential. I mean, it's just getting crazy on the memory packaging on this. I mean, a maximum theoretical bandwidth of 1.7 terabytes. That means that you would be able to mine for a very, very, very long time, theoretically, on Ethereum Classic. That would mean that the hardware now outpaces Ethereum Classic. So that could prove to be very beneficial to the longevity of memory bandwidth proof of work chains like Ethereum Classic. And one other thing, considering that, I got free gear from the Meter Box. Guys, check them out. Check out the meterbox.com. That you can grab this set here where you get some cool swag here. You get a couple of meter boxes. 2 different design setups. This is like a dual plug setup, and then this one's for your 220 setup. So awesome stuff. So you get a couple of different flavors on here. And if you're looking for it, limited edition only, comes with an NFT, guys. So if you guys are NFT collectors, this also comes with an NFT. And then you are also put into a prize pool where you can win other things. You get like 1,000 entries, and you might be able to win an Octominer server case box, guys. So if you want to get yourself one of those, you might want to step up, grab one of these. It's $84.95. There's only 125 of them left, guys. Only 125 left. There'll only be 250 NFTs for this collection, and that is it, guys. So if you want something that is scarce, this would be it, guys. Just saying. Small little shout out to my man, my guys over at the Meter Box. Thank you guys for sending me that cool swag. And I'm also entered into this giveaway. Got 1,000 entries, guys. Just saying, I like this. You know, loving it. Do you think Intel Battlemage will compete more relative to AMD's and NVIDIA's next generation? I would say that it would compete with AMD because NVIDIA has always been a little ahead of AMD. So with that being stated, you know, it's like I would say that the Battlemage series will be more on the heels of AMD, period. With that being stated, it's been a hot minute since, you know, Intel has really been doing GPUs. They've got one generation in the last, you know, over 20 years, right? So they had a rough start out of the gate. There's no issue with the hardware side of it. Intel's hardware, I haven't heard anybody having hardware failures. It's just been issues with software. And as they've been updating drivers, it's been fixing a lot of the issues that they've had. So I'm not sure how they did their testing, but somebody really dropped the ball on this one when they greenlit this to go. But I believe that the Battlemage will be a far better launch. The software will be a lot better, and it'll be I'm hoping that it'll be more refined. This way I can actually get behind the product and be like, yo, this is a solid buy here, you know. But until it launches, all we can do is speculate. No problem, Sadie. No problem. So here we got Bitcoin to explode up to 1,400% amid an institutional interest. Here's the timeline with Michael Van de Pope. I know. The name is funny. And so this guy's expressing bullish sentiment on Bitcoin amid growing interest from institutional investors. His 162,000 YouTube subscribers. Oh my God, he's a guru. Yeah. I don't care how many subscribers you got. All you're doing is looking at the same chart I am. I'm sorry. You're not going to get me to believe that he's looking at any other different information here. This chart does not tell me we're going to go to a moonshot here. I'm just saying. Nothing in that chart says that. Not in the long term, not in the short term. But he's thinking that we're going to go up 1,400%. That put us into the millions, guys. This guy's mega bullish. I love his enthusiasm, though. We can keep on going with this guy's enthusiasm. I'm cool with enthusiasm. Really, I am. Guys like we're most likely going to have a cycle that's going to compare to 2015 to 2017, which also had a phase where a big group of people were jumping into the market. And at that time, it's the next flow, which institutional investors, more retail coming in, and governments jumping in. BlackRock already bought. This guy's a little late on his news here. I mean, he's thinking that because, he heard about BlackRock on the same day everybody else did, that the market made this big move that was outside institution, that was nothing more than retail fumbling over itself to buy more Bitcoin. That's all it was. Yes, I'm a little bearish on that aspect. Don't care. It's what I've seen over the years. Some institutional person gets reported that comes in, Bitcoin rallies, plateaus, and drops. And everybody, oh, look, they dumped on us. It's like, no, you dumped on yourselves. What's wrong with you people? And during those upward trends, when that bigger institutional player gets involved, you always have a few people that come out that we're going to 10x, we're going to 15x from right here. And it's just like, that's not how markets work. Oh God, what are you smoking? You are not smoking left-handed vapes. I'm just saying, you are smoking something totally different. And you're tripping. You're tripping. Just saying. People want to sit there and like look at this as the .com bubble, and it's like I can see more people associating the .com bubble with what has happened, that we've dropped more than 50% from a significant, and I mean, we're talking a significant drop from almost $70,000 Bitcoin down to 15,000. That is a significant haircut. Most markets don't recover quite the same way. And it's really hard for them to push up to those all-time highs a second round because of such the massive rejection from that level. But that that market was primed and ready to pop. It was already in bubble territory. And when it popped, people are like, oh, I told you so. And it's like, well, anybody could have told you so. You're not a guru. You're nothing special. Anybody that said that it couldn't go down from here was just delusional and lying to themselves. Not you, lying to themselves, just talking out loud, and you just so happen to hear them. And this is like another one of those situations of 1,400%, maybe over the next, 10, 15, 20 years, sure. We've already hit the big uptrends in percentage-wise. Unless the U.S. absolutely tanks and the rest of the world's economies that are attached to us get wiped out with us, that would be the only way, is that it would have to account for all the debt for it to go up to them prices. But that would also mean that people were buying into it. You're talking, people are now looking at BlackRock going, oh, look what they're doing. It's like, slow down. It's a know-nothing sandwich in my opinion. Hitting the hopium pipe strong. Oh yeah, you know it. They might be main veining that too. Main veining some hopium. Yeah. Take it right to the dome. I mean, I like the enthusiasm from people like that. I don't look at it as a bad thing, right? You got to have those delusional people, the dreamers, however you want to call them, people who soar too high. Eventually, reality will slap them and smack them down from the sky, and they have their rude awakening from everything, going, "Oh my God, Bitcoin's not the end all be all." It's not. You still have to create value. You have to earn a living. Whether you're earning it in Bitcoin is one thing or another, right? Are you earning cash and converting into Bitcoin, or are you earning Bitcoin and then converting into cash as you need it? That's how you got to kind of look at it, But either way, with the economies the way that they're set up, we're all looking at the idea that we have to be able to how can I put this? Like, we have to be able to play within their systems for now, until their system utterly breaks down and they lose the rule of law on how things are conducted. Yeah, and that would actually be a very dangerous place at the same time too. So I mean, I don't root for the complete utter destruction of the government, but I do root for a smaller one. That big money isn't getting into crypto until there is some sort of regulation. Given how slowly the bureaucracy of the government works, it's going to be a slow process. We still in a bear market, in my opinion. I think we just are at the bottom. Yeah, I'll agree with you on that one too. Big money ain't here, and I'm not so sure they care about the how can I put it? I don't think they even care about the regulation. Let's be real about it. All these corporations have all been fined for doing dirty business. So, I mean, I don't think that they don't care. They care if it's regulation or not. I think they are looking at, hey, look, it was $69,000 per Bitcoin and it dropped to $15,000. Our stock shareholders would have been pissed if we were holding on to that. So from the standpoint of if a company is going to be involved with it, they can't be exposed to the volatility. Now, for people who are offering a service of a custodial service on that Bitcoin and they allow a customer to buy it, they just mitigated all the risk. They get to hold on to Bitcoin for no risk. They push the risk off onto the customer. Smart move. So it's just a matter of, do they have customers that want to touch it? I mean, think about if Berkshire Hathaway put 1% of its holdings into Bitcoin. Just 1%. That would make a difference overnight. But yeah, we're not going to see it because like those same people, why would they get rid of the very system that's making them wealthy men? Bitcoin will not make them wealthy men. That will make them equal. And right now they are enjoying the benefit that equality does not happen there in the monetary world. They have certain privileges that most 99% of the people out there will never have the advantage to be able to use. We don't know the banks exclusively. We're not investors into those banks that, enough that if we pulled our money out of the investment, that we can negatively impact the bank. So I mean, there's a lot of things that a lot of these big businesses do that will ensure that they can get the very loans that they need to do what they need to do. So they're sitting there in a rigged system, profiting from it. Why would they? Unless the Titanic was sinking, and they had to get into a lifeboat, they're not going to stop playing in this playground. The playground needs to burn before they start playing on a new playground. And they will resist playing on the Bitcoin playground because they have no special advantages. Oh, yeah. Michael Saylor is like the tip of the iceberg. Exactly. Michael Saylor is a drop in the bucket. Cathie Woods with ARK Investment. Drop in the bucket. they're going to be known as the ones that broke the barrier for the institutions. But they're not going to be the ones that get notarized for it. It's going to be some big one that makes millions. But you still need to have people that are very much, Bitcoin perma bulls that, a number only goes up. So, yeah, it's, it's like you need the enthusiasm, because that helps drive a lot of new eyeballs into Bitcoin, gets people involved with it. You need somebody that is going to be very, very outspoken for what they think the ideas of Bitcoin is. And people get that glimmer of, I'm going to be a millionaire. I just need $100 and I'm good to go. We all know that's not how it works, but new people, some new people coming in, they think, hey, if I buy some Bitcoin, hold on to it, millionaire. It's just that they don't realize that their buy Bitcoin and millionaire might have a span of many years in between. But at the same time, you put $100 in and 20 years goes by, and that $100 added a zero behind it, you got $100,000 worth of Bitcoin. That's life-changing. I mean, think about it. That's paying off your bills. You'd be debt-free. What would you do with yourself if you were debt-free? Yeah, they're trying to make it for themselves 100%. 100%. I'll believe. I'll agree right along with that. But at the same time, we still need those people. For every 100 people they bring into the Bitcoin ecosystem, let's say 30% of them think it's a scam afterwards. You're still growing the ecosystem. So as much as, we all know that the people who talk the loudest on prices of whatever Bitcoin or whatever shitcoin, it doesn't matter. It really does not matter at what point in time that, which one you're talking about. I'll always tell people, number go up over time. So, can I run myself? Can I equate myself to being a hype person too? Oh, yeah, I definitely hype up Bitcoin. I try to orange pill everybody, whether they like it or not. I'm gonna try to orange pill them. So, it's like we all kind of do our part, to hype it up. But there's always going to be those extreme people that are going to be like, oh, Bitcoin's going to go up to, up to $10 million per Bitcoin. And then you got the Peter Schiffs in the world saying that Bitcoin has no value. It's going to crash to zero. You got Nassim or Naib, Nassim. Oh God, I can't remember the guy's name off the top of my head. Oh my God, that's gonna drive me crazy. He wrote a book called Anti-Fragile. He's like, Bitcoin goes and is worthless. So Nassim Taleb, I think that's what his name is, Nassim Taleb. But yeah, I mean, you're gonna see people on the both extreme camps, and then you're gonna have all of us regular and sane people in the middle going, yeah, I mean, over the next couple of years, I think Bitcoin will be this, or I think Bitcoin will be this. I think altcoins will do this. I think altcoins will do that. With the new the regulation that's coming down on it, looks like altcoins are going to have no value in America. I'm just saying. Well, everybody's now fighting the SEC. We're going to have market turmoil because of that, and we are going to see that a whole bunch. and buy nothing else. Oh my God. Tell her that it's like you tell that person, tell her that anything else is gambling, and we don't gamble. Like, yeah, I told her to stick with that sweet Bizity Bitcoin. My man, my man. So we are right at that 1 hour mark, fellas. So thank you everybody for being here. Definitely smash that Lizity like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff, guys. Thank you everybody for being here. You're the reason why I do this each and every day. Just because, you know, I like to hang out with the awesome people that are here. Definitely drop some FAs in the Chizity chat, guys, because you guys are rated F for frickin' awesome. Yo! Thank you, Sadie. You're amazing. You are awesome. 100%. So if you guys are new here, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Check out the links down below. Get into the Discord. It's free to get into the Discord. If you'd like to help support what I do here behind the scenes, certainly think about joining the Patreon, guys. Help me out up over there if you want to. If not, it's okay. You don't have to. At least join the Discord. Free. Links down below, guys. Certainly, like I said, check out the meter box here. Get your limited edition NFT. There's only 125 of these bad boys left. Yo. And then you can potentially win an Octominer. Yo. Who doesn't want an Octominer? I'm just saying. Those things are awesome and they're expensive. So if you can win one, yo. I'm just saying. Just saying. So thank you everybody for being here. Don't forget to click off on one of YouTube's suggested videos before clicking off of this. Helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. So thank you everybody for being here. Peace out. Stay savage. And may your watts be low and your hash be high. I'll see you on the next one. Yo.